Got your hand up? Okay, put them down, and I'm telling you raise them. All right, are we ready? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Your right. Okay, I state your name.
I, Stefan Sherrill.
Yes. Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
To support and defend.
To support and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
Against all enemies.
Against all enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
That I bear true faith and allegiance.
That I bear true faith and allegiance.
To the same.
The same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully.
And that I will well and faithfully.
Discharge the duties.
Discharge the duties.
Upon which I am about to enter.
Upon which I am about to enter.
And during such time.
And during such time.
As I hold the office of.
As I hold the office of.
District 2 Supervisor.
District 2 Supervisor.
For the City and County of San Francisco.
For the City and County of San Francisco.
Congratulations.
Able to represent District 2 as your supervisor and to be a part of the growth of San Francisco. I am so grateful to each of you for being here. Your presence tonight speaks to the power of community and to a shared commitment for the city that we all love. For me, as it is for many of us, this, for me, is about family. I am so lucky for the family.
We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. State any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay. And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. Their sole mission, defeating America's enemies. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families. Greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs.
Today I woke up at 5 p.m. and I made nool kol kurma. I don't know what nool kol evantaru English la naku teliyadu. Nool kol bangalnuppa kurma simmered in a tomato sauce and then married with fresh coconut milk.
Who I would appoint to this role, and at the end of the day, what I am most proud of, during the time that I served as mayor, I made good appointments, and I always put the city first. Every single time, when it came to our assessor recorder, our district attorney, and other people, our city attorney, you name it, every decision has not been about politics. It's been about what we needed in order to effectively deliver for the people of this city, because the city and its layers of bureaucracy are too complex, too challenging for us to put petty politics in between that. And when I had the meetings that I had with so many of the great candidates for District 2, it was a very, very hard decision, one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. And what I am so happy about this appointment is, in working with Stephen over the years and really seeing his commitment not only to his family but to community and the work that he's done for his second favorite mayor in New York, Michael Bloomberg. What I appreciate in the conversation that we had, it just wasn't about policy. It was about people. And it was about what people's experiences are, what their lives are like, including the desire to make sure that garbage, something as simple as how it is transported and not negatively impacting a community, is something he genuinely cared about. He wanted to help make a difference, and in New York City, he was able to make that difference in the work that he did, and the private sector was just too boring for him. So he decided he wanted to roll up his sleeves and get involved in public service, which is a very noble thing to do and clearly a calling. And what I appreciate, of course, is his experience, but also who he is as a person. Already he has gotten to work, listening to the residents of D2 and stopping some bureaucracy.
And prioritize the things that make daily life here easier. San Francisco should be a city where being young, starting a family, or growing old is not only feasible, but exciting. As we work towards these goals, we must embrace innovation at every turn and ensure that government is working at its fullest capacity to bring necessary progress to our communities. To me, good governance means being responsive and solutions-oriented. It's about breaking down barriers for our families and workers. Recent memory. These remind us that we are stronger when we stand and work together. This is a pivotal moment for San Francisco. This is a city of unparalleled opportunity, shadowed by challenges. I often reflect on a perceived tale of two San Franciscos, one where possibility and beauty are around every corner, and another where raising a family on safe streets and clean streets can feel daunting. Public safety is the foundation of a thriving community, and we must treat it as such. Every San Franciscan deserves to feel safe on their neighborhood streets, whether you're walking your kids to school, running errands, or simply enjoying our beautiful parks. On the issue of fentanyl and condition of our streets, we must deliver what San Franciscans demand, and they demand action. You demand action. That's why I'm proud to stand alongside Mayor Lurie as an early co-sponsor for his recently introduced fentanyl emergency package. We hear you loud and clear, San Francisco. Mayor Breed opened this door for us and laid the foundation. It's time we walk through it and get the job done. By expanding coordination between responsible city, state, and federal government agencies, and removing unnecessary bureaucratic delays to leverage public and private partnerships, we are taking decisive action to make our neighborhoods safer and help individuals on their path to recovery. Public safety isn't just about enforcement. All right, buddy. This is about enforcement. Just about enforcement. It's about prevention, it's about recovery, and it's about collaboration. We need to bring public health, social services, and community recovery efforts to the forefront. We can stabilize neighborhoods. We can prevent homelessness. And we must prioritize recovery and support the recovery community. I look forward to working with you, Mayor Lurie, and my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors to continue to transform our streets into spaces of safety and vitality. Vibrant, active communities don't just rely on safe streets, but on robust, healthy commercial corridors. Our small businesses are the backbone of our neighborhoods. From Lee's Vietnamese cuisine on Lombard, Nico Gifts on Union Street, as quoted on Sacramento, The Snug on Fillmore. These shops, these restaurants are what make this big city feel like our home. That's why I'm committed to making it easier for entrepreneurs to open and to grow their businesses here. We need to go further. We need to create an environment where businesses not only survive, but thrive. That means simplifying processes. That means eliminating burdensome fees. That means cutting through red tape and ensuring that city government is a partner and not an obstacle. A prosperous small small business sector means vibrant commercial corridors, more jobs here in San Francisco, stronger communities. When small businesses succeed, our neighborhoods flourish, and our city succeeds. We must invest in their success and make San Francisco a place where, once again, entrepreneurs feel empowered to take a chance and turn their dreams into reality. I know firsthand what it's like to navigate the joys and challenges of raising a family in San Francisco. But just like businesses, my vision for San Francisco is not a place where families just manage. It's a place where families prosper. This means safe streets. This means quality schools. And I want to congratulate Phil Kim, who was unanimously elected president of our school board. Celebrating the successes of our children, ensuring they have every opportunity to grow. It means ensuring that our education system empowers students with a rigorous curriculum to succeed at the highest levels. And that includes being able to study algebra when they are ready for it and not when we deem it so. We must also invest in housing that is both affordable and accessible.
कर कंचन माल कियो सत्यनारायण स्वामी निवेशनामित्रं मित्रे हिरण्ये सविता रेतने देवो याति भुवानी पश्ये स्वाहा इदं सूर्याय नमः ओम इमं देवा अस्पत्या सुबुआ महते छात्रा महते ज्येष्ठा महते जान राजा इंद्रश इमं मुषुम पुत्र मुषुम भूमि राजा सोम आकम ब्रह्माणाम राजा स्वाहा इदं चंद्राय नमः ओम अग्नि मूर्धा देवा कुकटपति पृथ्वी आम आपरेता शिवंजंती स्वाहा इदं मंगलाय नमः ओम उद्भुत स्वाग्ने प्रतिजागर्तुम श्रीपुरते सरसिम्मत से अधिस्तरण्य विश्वदेवा यजमाने सदित्ते स्वाहा इदं बुद्धाय नमः ओम बृहस्पति
weeks ago, maybe a week ago, caught him at home, and all I heard was Will screaming. Stephen, I could tell, was trying to figure out, how do I talk to Daniel and how do I talk to my son at the same time? And seeing Francis over there and knowing that Becca and I have gone through this before, we have a 13-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old son, and it's special. And I could see right then and there that you were not only a good father, you were patient and you were focused, and you're going to need a lot of those attributes. I also was walking down the street on Van Ness a few weeks before being sworn in, and I saw somebody up on the balcony, and he goes, Daniel, and it was Stefan Sherrill, working the phones, calling out to me. You were in the office, I think it was a day or two before Christmas, already getting to work. And so, and I walked by, I said hi to you in your office today, you were right there working. So this person is already going to work for D2. As Sarah pointed out, you're my supervisor. Mayor Reed talked about parking issues. I got some issues. We'll talk about that offline. Here's what I'll say. I'll be very brief. I will just say, if you have gone to some of these swearing-in ceremonies, like I know all the supervisors here and our law enforcement officials, and everywhere we go, the energy is there. Optimism is there. Hope is alive and well in San Francisco, and it is right here in this room. People are fired up because of you, Supervisor Sherrill, because 11 supervisors got together and unanimously voted on Raphael Mandel. There is unity in this city, which is incredible. Today we had a unanimous vote for the school board president. There is a changing of tune, and the tone in the city is one of making sure that we get results for all of you. This is not about us, this is about you. And I believe that Supervisor Sherrill understands that, he gets it, and I think all the supervisors get it. And I'm looking at you all, and I want to thank you for being one of the first co-sponsors on our fentanyl state of emergency ordinance. I know you two are committed to your family. I know that you're committed to our city, and know that you have my commitment to work day in and day out with you and the rest of your colleagues to make sure that we get results for all of you in this room throughout our city. You have my commitment. I know you have the supervisor's commitment.